Welcome to Golden West Rustler Football on SportsNetUSA.net. We're live at Orange Coast College, Dick Tucker Field, as it's the battle for the bell. 27 times Golden West has ringed that bell, 21 times Orange Coast, and there have been two ties, so both of them rang it together. Corey Neyland, Mark Pavlovich, Ed Ford here, and it's an exciting night for a football game as Golden West takes the field first in their white unis with the green trim and helmets, and Orange Coast will kick off. Mark, it's going to be an exciting game tonight.
Well, Golden West College has won the last two, and Nick Mitchell really needs this victory here against Orange Coast, who's 1-4. I mean, Riverside's at the top of the heap in their conference. They're sitting at number 2. Depending on how the playoffs fall out and how bowl games fall out, he needs to come away with a victory tonight.
There's a deep boot. Tevin Valdez gets it at the 3. The middle of the field all the way to the right side, has a wall at the 20, 25, and run out of bounds at the 30. Brought down out of there by Jean Akahi. And that's where Golden West, the Rustlers, will start.
26 yards on the return for Valdez.
Orange Coast
Golden West will start
in their blue with the orange numbers.
Short-handed because of injuries. They're going to play a little different defense than they normally do. They're going to play a 3-4 tonight. We heard that. Have some offensive players converted to defense, some defensive players converted to offense.
And so Kalbacher, Bo's had a nice season thus far. Needs some help in the running game, and there's handoff to Valdez on a little stretch play, and he's brought down quickly. No gain at the 30. And it looks like Nicholas Sid, big guy out of Warren High School, takes him down.
No gain on the play. Second down.
Second down, 10 yards to go. We'll set that defense in a moment, get that offensive line as well. As the Pirates come in with the 3 down linemen. Looks like a nickel package, 2 linebackers and 5 defensive backs. Actually, there's going to run a 4-2-3-3 hybrid with a rover. Back to pass, a little out pass to Atencio. He brings it down and taken out of there. As you see, number 32 in blue, Arian Orange out of Citrus Hill. It's going to bring up a 3rd down, and they'll call it 7 after a gain of 3.
Zeke Allman, the linebacker, Corey, also closed fast on the corner with a blocker out there.
3-yard gain on the play. 3rd down.
So 3rd down, looking over to the side. In the shotgun, as always, Shashi Penn on the right side, David Atencio on the near side with Ben Ratzlaff. Not Retzlaff, it's Ratzlaff on the near side in a stack set. Valdez in the backfield with Kalbacher. 7-6 in the box. Pistol formation. Just started, 13-33, fakes the handoff, goes over the middle, and there's going to be contact before the ball, and there's no call. Good defense, they're going to say.
Gasper Atencio made the play on that. Sophomore out of Edison High School. A little one-on-one.
Dylan Laurent will be back deep to receive. The punt from Anthony Trevino.
Anthony Trevino on the punt for the Rustlers.
Standing at his own 25-yard line.
Dylan Laurent back to receive for the Pirates.
Is Laurent wearing number 8. 4th and 7. 3 and out. Good job by the defense of Orange Coast. Odd things happening for Orange Coast, Mark. Soccer-style kick. Bounces at the 37. It gets a nice Rustler roll down to the 25, 23, 22-yard line. And that's going to be a 47-yard kick with no return, and that's going to bring out the big guys from the coast.
Austin Kramer was out there to down that ball, so he gave no opportunity. As we'll see what Nick Mitchell does defensively here, Corey. Like we have said, he's changed things up. You already look down there. Philip Cook is going to be out there at one end position for him. Get the rest of the defensive line set in a while.
And in the shotgun formation with 3 sevens to the right, that's going to be Pete Mitchell. He hands off and met quickly. That time by Wolf Retzlaff. Retzlaff, the team's leading tackler, brings him down. That's Ahmad Lewis, who had 54 yards last week versus Bakersfield. Receivers, Tim Brown on the near side wearing number 2, and that's Laurent in the slot, number 8. 87 in blue and orange is Damondre Purnell. Single guy on the opposite side on the far side. There's a snap. Mitchell comes up. Incomplete, throws behind Laurent and Brown. Bring up 3rd down and 10.
You look at Mitchell this season, 71 attempts, only 27 completions. That's at a 38% ratio. When you think about it, he averages 94 yards a game passing, about 6 yards an attempt. He's got 5 touchdowns and 4 interceptions so far this season.
Run that 4-3. Aldapa stays in the middle. Retzlaff looks like he's coming. They jump. There's a snap. Oh, it's going to be an offside. Free play. That's going to be intercepted by the Rustlers. That's going to be Carlos Crawford, who comes down with it at the 50, but they're going to bring it back. It's going to be offsides on the Rustlers.
And Al Sherman was also back there, Corey. He was the corner that was covering on the play. So you had 2 people there that could pick that pass off. That would have been the 5th interception of the season so far for Mitchell.
Out of Arapahoe High School in Centennial, Colorado. So it's not going to be enough for a first down. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Offside. Defense.
So they get another opportunity mark.
So you've got Kramer as one of the safeties. Also as the other safety was Al Sherman, who was back there on that play. Carlos Crawford is one of the defensive backs for Nick Mitchell out there. Then at one corner is going to be Justin Parker, and at the other side of the field in the corner out there is Miles McCord.
The other safety is Ramsey Al Sherman, Marky said. You're supposed to have a big game if there's going to be balls thrown down the field is Mitchell. 3 receivers set to the right, 1 to the left. Looks to the flat. Gets it to Lewis. He has a blocker there at the 30. That's going to be a first down. Driven out of bounds at the 35, and that's a quick flag. That's going to be Justin Parker, who came up with the late hit. Aldapa drove him out of bounds, and that's going to be another 15 yards from the 35. They'll march it over to the 50. Orange Coast on the move.
Well, Orange Coast gets away with a grab on the sideline as Purnell, the wide receiver, is holding it. Curry, when you see an offensive player throw his hands out to the official, as a defensive back could not get loose for Golden West College. So they're going to call the penalty actually on Carlos Crawford.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Oh, so they get a face mask, huh?
So they got Crawford.
Add it to the end of the run. Automatic. First down.
Either way, they're at the 50 mark, and that offensive line is Ryden Leong, Garrett Weichman, Hunter Hickok, R.J. Gutierrez, and Alex Wyatt up front for the Pirates.
Got Phillips Cook, V.J. Malo down on the line for Golden West College, that defensive line.
Handoff fumble down there, and Mitchell looks like he got back on it as a loss of 3. Lewis couldn't handle it. Looked like he grabbed for it instead. Monge, Brown, and Laurent on that far side. Near side is Purnell.
And we just mentioned V.J. Malo. He was the guy who causes that fumble for Golden West College and almost comes away with the football.
So a nice rainy off, not and rainy back to pass out the shotgun over the middle. Almost intercepted by Crawford. Purnell cut off his route. A little bit of confusion out there for the Pirates, bringing up 3rd down and 13.
When you watch Carlos Crawford, too, before the ball is hiked as a safety, he will pick somebody to go. He's just not playing center field in this game tonight. So now he comes over to the corner.
Bubba Gonzalez, head coach for the Orange Coast Pirates. Looking to get their 2nd victory of the season. It's been a strange season for the Pirates thus far. We'll get into that a little bit more, Mark. And 3 wide receivers to the left there, the same. Mitchell looks right, want to set up a screen pass, throws it in the dirt. Good pressure by David Aldapa. We got 4th down and 13, punting situation. It's one thing Coach Nick Mitchell has always had. support from his mom, and a solid defense.
Well, and you saw what Nick said he'd have to do tonight anyway, too. And the thing that's interesting, he said Orange Coast can run the football. We see Mitchell, who only completes 38% of his passes, they come out throwing. The opposite of what Nick Mitchell thought he would see offensively from the Pirates.
Defense up to the task as Atencio stands at his 10-yard line. Big, booming, spiraling kick. He lets it bounce at the 4 and into the end zone. So with 11:28 to play in the first quarter, no score here for the battle for the bell between Orange Coast and Golden West. GWC Rustler. Football on SportsNetUSA.net.
You know, we took a ride down here on the freeway in Corey Neyland's old beat-up Toyota. If Corey really would have thought about anything, he would have stopped earlier today over at Miller Toyota of Anaheim and said, you know what, guys? We got to do 2 games for SportsNetUSA.net today. I need to get a new car or a used car. They would have cut him a great deal. So if you're out looking for that newer used automobile, especially a Toyota, don't forget to stop at Euclid and the 91. Miller Toyota of Anaheim, a proud sponsor of community college sports, high school sports, but most of all, education.
Kalbacher back in the pistol formation with 3 to the right. We'll get those in a moment. Gets the handoff to Valdez. Cuts through the middle, stutter stepping, and that's not Valdez. Excuse me. Yeah, it is Valdez. Nice pickup of 9 yards.
Valdez with the carry, brought down by number 90, Isaiah Dunston.
The offensive line for the Rustlers, Roman Niomata, Genesis Ofagalilo, excuse me, guys. Jacob Beckler, Spencer Blake, and Colby Clayton up front for the Rustlers. Ratzliff, near side. You see him at 15. Shashi Penn in the slot along with Atencio. On the far side is Jonathan Earl. Top of your screen. Fakes the handoff, looking for Ratzliff. One-on-one. Got a step. Good throw. Comes down with it at the 38-yard line. Nice pitch and catch.
Arian Orange was with him step for step. He gets beaten at the line of scrimmage. And as soon as he gets beaten at the line of scrimmage, it's only one look. And you're going to one person. Orange gets beat, passes there, first down for the Rustlers.
And Golden West has quality wide receivers. They got 4 of the best in the state. Ratzliff that time came down with a tough catch after 36 yards. First time in Pirate territory.
Lamar Dixon is one of the safeties for the Pirates. Didn't help on that play.
There's going to be a timeout on the field taken by Orange Coast.
Timeout. Golden West, number 1.
Actually, they say Golden West with the timeout. With 10:16 to play in the first quarter, no score. Rustler football on SportsNetUSA.net. Battle for the bell. OCC is 1-4. Marked their last game. They lose to Bakersfield 41-7. And we were talking to one of the guys down on the field, Tim Messenheimer's last year as with OCC in some fashion. And said he saw the strangest play, something I'd never seen before.
Yeah, I mean, they get ready to kick a field goal, and then he says the defender basically runs up to the holder who had put the ball down for the kick, scoops it off the ground, and ends up going 96 yards the other direction for a touchdown. These are 2 teams that if we started talking about spooky plays, you'd know it's Halloween by these 2 teams out on the field.
Bo Kalbacher, 929 yards passing in 5 games thus far. Atencio in motion. Ratzliff and Earl on the other side. Now he joins those 2. High snap over the head. Bounces at the 46. Nice composure. And throws it out of bounds. Good composure by Bo Kalbacher.
Well, Orange, it was very interesting on that because Kalbacher had something. If you watch Orange in the corner, Corey, the man goes cross field. He looks at, turns around, looks at the safety and says, it's yours. You need to pick it up. Lamar Dixon looked lost on the play. Lamar Dixon's one of the deep safeties for Orange Coast College. Orange is the corner over here.
Shotgun formation. There's the snap. Rolls to the right. Looking down the field on the out. Nice catch by Atencio off a blanket coverage. And gets close to the first down. Michael Archer on the coverage.
Yeah, Archer, the linebacker, can't stay with him on it. Tries to undercut on the play. Better throw than defense for Orange Coast College.
And you see Kalbacher has the precision as a quarterback. Just needs that more consistent flow as Ratzliff on the near side against Orange. Far side stacked is Atencio and Earl. Valdez in the backfield. Robzel Sylvester a little confused. And almost an illegal shift in movement before the snap, but they say, hey, what's good is good, and you get a first down because you ran for 4.
Well, I mean, when Ben Ratzliff can take 2 steps towards the line of scrimmage before the ball's hiked, you know, and if you're Orange and you're out there, you don't do. You watch Orange Coast College, they're basically running a 4-3 defense. Man coverage on the corner, safety help over the top is what you're getting defensively. Every once in a while, the corners are getting left on an island.
Shashi Penn in the slot with Atencio, 16 and 7. 15 on the near side is Ratzliff. Lewis in the back, Valdez looking right, one-on-one. Earl's got 2 steps, 3 steps. Touchdown. No, it comes out. Good defense on the ground by Atencio as he breaks up the touchdown pitch and catch.
But beat again off the line of scrimmage. So you've seen both corners from Orange Coast College are being beat off the corner, being beat off the line when it's man and man, and the safeties aren't rolling over quick enough to help them out on a deep pattern.
Out of the ball game, Nicholas Sid in for Orange Coast. Victor Solerin. Or Solerin. We'll see. As the game goes on, it gets fluid with the names, Mark. And if both of these defenses were as aggressive as these ants on the table,
oh, I tell you what,
we're going to be in for a defensive battle.
You know what? Gasper at the far side of the field would just say, if I can cover like an ant can, you're in trouble.
Handoff to Valdez. Gets stacked at the line of scrimmage. Good push up front. So Solerin says, whatever you want to call me doesn't matter because I'm going to make a play. He pushed the right side of that offensive line all the way back.
I'm going to give it to Adian Rosales, who holds the corner so that he can't cut back. Rosales played his position well, went up the field, made sure that nobody's cutting back on a busted play. So he's going to make you go in the direction of the defense. Nice play by Rosales for Orange Coast. 3rd
down, 13 yards to go, 8:48 to play. First quarter just started for the battle for the bell. Ratzliff on the near side. Penn, Atencio with him. Looking to the left side. Wants Ratzliff. Goes high. Can't come down with it. He points to his chest and says, my fault. 3rd down and 13. How strong is your leg, Mark?
Well, I tell you what, let's go back again and talk about Arian Orange, who's the defensive back from Citrus Hill on that side of the field. Again, beaten twice in a row when it comes to man-on-man. And you need to take advantage of that when those plays are there and make the catches.
Kia Lakihi.
Jose Arredondo on to attempt a
Kia Lakahi, or Lakihi, on for the hold out of high school in Honolulu. And there's a kick on the way. It's long enough. It is no good. Wide right is the kick. And that's Jose Arredondo, the defensive lineman. Missed that kick, Mark. He had a big leg, 6'2", 235. And I thought the kicker was going to be Anthony Trevino, the punter / wide receiver, excuse me. So no score here at 8:26 to play in the first quarter. You're listening to Rustler Football on SportsNetUSA.net. Corey and Mark in for those normal guys, Rashawn and Ryan. Up under center, Mitchell, I formation. Hands off to Lewis, looking to the right side. That's not Lewis. That's Adrian Ellis, who has a hole at the 50-40, brought down by Austin Kramer after a big run of 26 yards.
And when you think about Adrian Ellis, you look at him so far this season, 35 rushes, only 191 yards. He averages 38 yards a carry. I mean, a game when he plays, Corey, he only averages 5.5 yards a carry.
I formation again, up the middle. This time he's got a good chunk there, almost a first down, gain of 9.5. They say 9.5, 2nd down and short. Those big guys up front opening up holes, 2 carries for 35 yards for Ellis out of Crescent City, Florida. Formation one more time. Purnell on the near side, far side is Manji. Round in the slot, and there's again, run up the middle. That's a first down, brought down by Ratzliff after a gain of 4.
Well, Tommy Ree is the up back in the I formation. And when you watch Tommy Ree as the up back up there, he's making a great seal block. He's a fullback tight end out of Tampa, Florida. And you look at him, and he will hit the hole and seal the first initial person, which allows the running back to get through the hole.
And excuse me, that was a 31-yard gain. That first jaunt and gallop for Ellis brings back Lewis, the team's leading rusher. I formation, fakes the handoff, looking over the middle to Brown. No, they go deep to Purnell, overshoots him. We have 2nd down and 10.
And again, when you've got a quarterback like Mitchell that you look at him so far this year with only a 38% completion ratio, you want to make it an easy throw for your quarterback.
He ran a double post on that side, I formation. Hands off to the left side, scoots back to the right. Good run up the middle by Lewis, and this is what Coach Nick Mitchell said. They can run, as evidence of a 7-yard gain there.
Well, I'm going to keep going back to the up back. When you look at Ree, he makes these seals. You've got to take out that lead block, and that's part of your thing that your defensive line has to do.
Purnell on the near side, handoff one more time up the middle. This time he spins forward. There's the tackle again. So Kakalidis on the stop. That's his second. Close to a first down, Mark. Do they have it? No, they're going to say 3rd down and 1 inch.
And Kakalidis was knocked back that far once again by Tommy Ree.
So
that's why he made the tackle.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this again, Corey, when you look defensively and you're going against a running team, part of the thing that your defensive line has to do is take out those lead blocks and open up the hole for a linebacker to make the initial tackle.
And they did give him a first down. Ree in that eye. There's a pitch, 28-27 toss. There you go to the left side, brings it back to the middle of the field. Meets up with Retzlaff and Aldapa, but not after a gain of 5.
And you watch Golden West College go to a 5-2 before that play. If you're going to go to a 5-2, you've got to stretch it all the way out to the outside. They allow somebody to come back. The trailing defensive tackle has to find the cutback and not allow him to cut back on the play.
And off up the middle once again to Lewis. This time, it's only a short gain. VJ Malo.
So Malo has been in a lot of tackles already in this game. Justin Parker, the defensive back, keeps creeping up for Golden West College. They're actually trying to put, Corey, at times, 7 people in the box.
5:15 to play first quarter. Orange Coast driving. Handoff to Ree up the middle. Reward the big guy who's just gotten you gashes of yards on the run on this drive, which started at the 28-yard line.
6 foot, 225 pounds. Looks bigger than that from up here.
It's because we're old. I formation this whole drive. 6th play of the drive. Brown in the slot, Purnell near him on the near side. On the far side is Manji. Mitchell, hands off, runs up the middle, trying to get the first down on a 4th and 1. And did they get it? It looks like they did, Mark. They needed the 6. And I think they got the 6. So Reed comes out, Manji comes out, Lewis heads back in, along with Laurent on the far side. Purnell and Brown on the near side are your receivers. Mitchell threw for 184 yards 184 yards last week and a touchdown against Bakersfield. They move to the shotgun formation. Lewis adjacent to the right side. Motion is Laurent. Little toss pass. That's going to be a pass up the middle, far side. Good job stretching that play out for the Rustler defense. And Mark, I want to ask you a question. You've gashed Golden West with the run in that I formation. Dive plays, off tackles, picking up positive yardage. Now you get down close to the goal line, you run away.
Yeah, and you take away from your own speed when you do that. And Crawford, who saw the play coming, all he did on the corner, Corey, was hold up the end and make the end take it to the sidelines on the play. You run out of room.
Counts as a pass for no yardage. Lewis on the left side this time. Laurent in motion. Misdirection. No, Mitchell keeps it on the left side. Blocked by Laurent. Gets to the end zone and scores a touchdown for 6 yards from 6 yards away. With 3:34 to play in the first quarter, Pirates strike first, 6-0.
And Purnell, who we talked about earlier from Orange Coast, makes the block on the far side of the field. You watch Purnell stay in front of the defensive back, refuse to let him go. That's where Mitchell gets to decide if I'm going to go to the outside or the inside. He cuts to the inside to get the touchdown.
And so 124 straight games, OCC has not been shut out. Kick is up, and you see the kick is good. 7-0 OCC with 3:34 to play in the first. Battle for the bell. OCC wants it. Golden West trying to keep it. We're listening to Rustler Football on SportsNetUSA.net. I can't get that high as Rashawn does. I'm sorry.
You can't go Rustler. Oh, no, you can't do that far?
No, I can't get that high.
You know, here's the thing with Nick Mitchell talking about the injuries that he's had this season and half the play thing. One of the things, Corey, defensively, if I know you're a running football team, and that's what Nick Mitchell said to us. They got big backs. They like to run at us. You've got a quarterback that, I'm sorry, 38%, that's not good. That's not good in high school. That's even worse in community college football. You make them throw the football if you're Golden West College. You make them say, hey, they're giving me the pass. I've got to take advantage of it.
So Jacoss Ford back to receive for the Rustlers. Kicking away is Max Casper. And there's another guy out there. If you know him, go ahead and text Rashawn. No, I'm kidding. Text us and we'll get him. And it goes to him. Wearing number 80 out there at the 3-yard line. Comes to the right side. Gets to the 20s. Got a hole. Needs one block. Got that block. Needs another block. Gets that one. Comes back to the field. Falls down at the 44-yard line. So nice run back by the Phantom. We're going to call him that. You know, the magician is the coach, Nick Mitchell. He works with smoke and mirrors.
Wait a minute. He looked a little like Rashawn Haylock. Rashawn's got no eligibility, and he's not up here up in the booth. I don't know. Inquiry.
Jawan Roper, 5'8", out of Pinehurst, North Carolina. Pinehurst High School in the backfield for the Rustlers behind Kalbacher. Looking for Atencio as he stutter steps. Picks up a gain of 5. Second down and 5 from the 49. So we saw them play against Fullerton, Mark, and they were played probably their best game of the season.
So the thing that's interesting, you watch what Orange Coast College has just done. They took out Orange. They bring over a corner on the right side now, Lamar Dixon. Then they take Gasper Asensio and put him in the corner on the far side of the field. So Orange comes out of the picture as a corner for the Pirates here in the first quarter.
Let's see if he gets his bearings and gets back in there, but he was beat 3 times in that first couple drives. Handoff to Roper on the right side, nowhere to go. No gain. 2:24 to play in the first quarter. 7-0 your score for the Pirates, and got an injured Pirate down on the floor.
No gain on the play. Still 3rd and 5.
Officials timeout with 2:18 to play. Opening bell for the battle for the bell.
It is, it is.
7-0 OCC.
Corey, you go back to that last play and you look at him trying to make the cut to the outside. And it's basically Isaac Soto who comes up, the new defensive back that came into the game. He goes on the left side of the field from La Habra High School, that when he crosses the line of scrimmage, forces everybody back into the defensive line. So we've got him back now playing defensive back. For Orange Coast College. So Orange comes out, he comes in, makes a defensive stop on that.
And we were at a game earlier today, Fullerton. They beat somebody. They beat Cerritos, 35-24. Was it 35-24 or 35-25? I can remember.
10 point
points, so
game,
35-25. Fullerton scored all 35 points in the first half.
Yeah, they had 21 points in the first quarter. And then the offense went to sleep in the second half.
I don't even know if they went to sleep. I just think everybody plays today.
So you're saying that the depth for the Hornets isn't that good?
No, I'm just saying they went to sleep and the depth is good, but they...
Wait a minute. I heard a conversation like this from offensive coordinator earlier. Sort of went around in a circle.
It was evident that they weren't going to come back, Cerritos, and Cerritos played hard. Mondre Stevenson, one of the best backs in the state, went for over 100 yards. Roper in the backfield with Callbacher. Callbacher looks right on the out pattern to Penn. Penn gets it first down after a gain of 8 yards.
Callbacher is much like Gresh Jensen of Fullerton College. A 1-2 throw rhythm works for him. If he has to hold on to the ball too long, it seems like he allows the defense to catch up with him.
And I think they have matchups on the outside with Ratzliff and Earl on the far sides. In the slot, Penn and Atencio. I think Atencio can really work to his advantage, especially on this left side. Roper in the backfield, Callbacher. Fake to the left. He runs to the right, has a little bit of room. Fakes him at the 40. And you see there, nice little run of 8 for Callbacher.
Well, he wanted to come to the left, but Lamar Dixon, who's just come in the game as a corner on this side, jumps the pass thrown out in the flat. He pulls it down wisely and takes that running. He throws that, it's 7 points, Orange Coast College.
So Penn and Atencio switch slot positions. Penn on the near side now. 3 down linemen for the Pirates. 3 backers. Playing that strong side. There's a snap, and they're looking again. There's Jonathan Earl makes the catch, and this time he keeps it on a 32-yard pass play from Callbacher to Earl with 48 seconds of play in this first quarter. Touchdown Rustlers.
And you already brought it up. I mean, let's just give it to you. Prognosticator, you said the matchups on the corners because you've seen them beaten so far in this first quarter right and left.
Yeah, those matchups are not getting any bump and run, any push off and slowing them down. Ardondo converts. The defensive lineman, 6'2", 235 out of Westminster, ties the ball game up at 7 with 48 seconds to play on Rustler Football on SportsNetUSA.net. One of the reasons why I like Nick Mitchell, he's unorthodox.
I went to that church once too.
You got a defensive lineman as your place kicker. James Baldwin, who was your punter, also a defensive lineman, also a receiver. Everybody gets used out there for Golden West.
Well, let's put it this way. If you're losing people right and left.
Yeah.
I mean, I waved at Rashawn earlier on that last run back.
Tim Brown and Dylan Laurent back deep for the Pirates.
We see a little round chubby guy down there not moving too quick. I know where Ryan is.
Kenny Fisher with the big boot. Laurent at the 8. He's got a hole and brought down from behind. Nice tackle out there by Jawan Starks out of Hialeah, Florida. Hialeah High School.
Nice putting us right where the lighting is. Thank you.
I didn't realize I was this old.
Oh, blind man needs his glasses.
You know, I knew I was getting older, but new guy in the backfield, Gus Serafino, 5'8", 205. Yeah, they are some big guys out there. Not one of them under 200 pounds in the backfield, I formation. 4-2 set, gets the handoff. And all of 200 pounds as he dragged the pile down for 8 yards. Lewis comes back in. Purnell on the near side, split wide right. Brown in the slot, and Manji on the far side.
And when your linebackers are engaged with blockers like Golden West linebackers are, they can't make that initial tackle the first 2 yards when the play hits the line of scrimmage.
Snap, quick look, almost intercepted. No flag, none needed. Sean Branch on the coverage.
Yeah, I realize when the ball goes in the air, everybody has the right to it, and that means if I take you on body to body and we smack each other like he did to Tim Brown, hey, if I beat you to it, I don't run over you, but I get to the ball before you two, it's mine.
Up under center now. Golden West jumps, free play. There's your once Purnell. Got Purnell, off of Purnell, shoulder pads incomplete, had a step on Cyrus Collins. But they'll pick up the first down on the jump by the nose tackle.
But again, you look at those deep passes. Collins is there. He doesn't get beat on the play. He knows the play. You could almost tell he knows it's a useless play. He just makes sure nobody catches the football.
That's going to be the end of the first quarter. Tied at 7. Battle for the bell on Rustler football.
The period is on time down. All players step back to the field.
So one more play off that defensive penalty. Mark, you want to explain that?
Defense.
Well, because it is a defensive penalty, a quarter cannot end on a defensive penalty, nor a half, nor a game. So even though the clock has run out, you play one more play that is not timed. And so we will have one more offensive play with no clock on here for Orange Coast College.
Up under center, Mitchell. He hands to Lewis, bounces to the out. Picks up 5 yards to the 50, and now Ryan Raines out of Fullerton High School makes the tackle.
That is the end.
The first quarter ends all knotted up at 7. Now it's the battle of for the bell moves to the second quarter. This is Rustler football on sportsnetusa.net. C. Neyland, M. Pavlovich on the call for R. Osborne and R. Haylock.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I tell you what. Untimed offensive plays is like riding in a car with Corey Neyland. It's almost like an untimed ride. You're not sure if you're going to get there on time. You're not sure if you're going to make it on time.
There you're wrong right there. You know you're going to get there on time.
But in the car you own, if you had a brand new Toyota from Miller Toyota of Anaheim, we wouldn't worry about time.
You know what friends would do? Friends would say, here's $15,000. Just take $15,000, get you a car, so all our rides are perfect. We can do that for Miller Toyota of Anaheim.
You know what? Friends have done that. We just don't know what you did with the money.
No, $15,000, not $15.
Boy, I tell you what.
I gave you your change back. I'll give you change if there is any if we go down to Miller Toyota.
See, this is why I go to Miller Toyota of Anaheim all the time. Located at Euclid in the 91, Miller Toyota of Anaheim is a proud sponsor of community college sports, high school sports, but most of all, education. That's Miller Toyota of Anaheim.
Serafino in the backfield, that I formation. We haven't seen this in, oh man, Mark, how many years?
Plain, bust him in the mouth football.
I like it. Fumble. Serafino drops back on it. Good work up front. And big number 73 makes that stop. No name for number 73. Go ahead and tweet us at SportsNetUSA.net, and we'll tell you who that is.
Stephen Cruz is on that defensive line.
Third down, 7 yards to go.
Big man down there. Needs to make the stops every once in a while. B.J. Malo has been called more than once on a play for the defensive line for Golden West College.
Fakes a handoff. Looks to the right side. Nice block and better catch at the 37-yard line by Dylan Laurent. Oh my goodness, David Aldapa went up high, batted it down. Of course, Laurent was there. Actually, no, that wasn't Aldapa.
Raines.
That
It was Raines that went up there. Raines made the initial whack away with the ball, I thought.
No, that was Jacost Ford who knocked it away. Dylan Laurent was there. Ryan Raines was underneath, going to make the tackle. We've never seen Ryan Raines jump that high, Mark. That was Ford. And we just did Fullerton College volleyball last night versus Golden West.
We did.
Oh, there's a nice play by Mitchell, but keeping the handoff going around the right side.
Great fake in the backfield.
Yes, it was.
The defense thought they were out. Most of the people in the crowd probably went, wait a minute, he just handed it off.
And one guy in the booth. He's the same guy who doesn't know the camera for Fullerton College. 7-7 your score, 13:25 to play in the second quarter. Battle for the bell as Ellis is in the backfield with Mitchell.
Yeah, I heard he needs money for a new car from Miller Toyota.
Manji on the near side, far side is Purnell. Little pitch play to Ellis. Nowhere to go. 3rd down and 3.
And again, you watch the defensive ends crash for Golden West College. Nick Mitchell has had his defensive line here stay at home where they need to be so that they don't let somebody get outside of them, Corey. And when you look at those plays that are being made on the outside, forcing a runner back in, that allows the trailing defensive people to catch up with the play and make a gang tackle.
And that was Branch and Raines with those tackles, Mark. Raines is having a nice job. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. Laurent in motion. He gets the little pass play, jumps over Ford, but he can't get past the waiting arms of Austin Kramer.
And again, you talked about Rain being there. Rain comes in, forces the play to go deeper. In going deeper, that allows me, even if I'm beaten, to come up and catch you up because you've got to make up those 3 yards. I just forced you back.
Good job all the way around. David Atencio back to receive the kick.
David Atencio back to receive for Golden West.
Stands at his 10-yard line.
There's you going with a name. You know what? Somebody's actually watching this game.
There's the kick. Fair catch called at the 13-yard line, and that's where Golden West will have it with 11:42 to play in the second quarter, all tied up at 7. Rashawn Haylock, good looking out, my man, good looking out. 73, Myron Ayava, big number 73. I like that. Teamwork, happiness. Rashawn, Mr. Rustler himself. Hope you're having a good time tonight with 11:42 to play. Kalbacher steps back onto the field. New back is Dante Swain out of Foothill High School. And that near side receiver, Ahmad Dorsey. They want to go to the left side. And we've got the Phantom in there. Picks up a gain of, we'll say, 6.5. From Kalbacher. 2nd down, 3.5 to go.
And Orange Coast College immediately brings in another defensive back. So what do? They bring in Maurice Norris. Hopefully he won't get beat deep because you've already seen that happen. Isaac Soto is still playing safety. So we'll see. So Morris comes in here now, Corey. And so Orange Coast is trying to find somebody that can cover these one-on-one matchups.
Good luck as they got matchups on matchups. Is that Clay Roberts who comes in? No, that's Shashi Penn on the slot on the near side. Kalbacher rolls, hits Penn, got a little bit of running room. Makes one guy miss. Isaac Soto comes up and makes the stop, but not before they get that 1st down after a gain of 9.
Zeke Allman, the linebacker, comes over, slides past like he's trying to do a hook slide into second base. It's about 3 feet off, gets tagged out. So Golden West College keeps the football.
7-7 your score. Second quarter, battle for the bell. Dorsey in the slot along with Penn. Ratzliff on the far side. Swain in the backfield with Kalbacher. Pistol formation. With the high snap. Hands off to Swain. Soto getting a workout tonight. Nice job of filling. Gain of 4.
So Chris Castillo as linebacker comes in and makes the stop. Out of Jay Serra.
5-yard gain on the play, 2nd and 5.
So Castillo in at linebacker. There with him is Ayala.
Nice job in the first half thus far by the offensive line for the Rustlers. Another handoff to Swain. Nice job of breaking tackles in the backfield. Got out of the grasp of Seth Gonzalez and picks up the first down.
Yeah, and Chris Castillo, the linebacker, once again does it. So basically Orange Coast runs a 3-4. They will walk up their linebacker, so it looks like a 4-2 maybe, or a 4-3. It's actually a 3-4. You look at the linebacking core, they will go one-on-one against anybody in the slot. They're matching up the linebacker to the slot receivers. When you watch them out here.
In the film we've watched of Golden West all season, you want that offensive line to give Callbacher some time. Let us do some damage downfield. Like that.
And Corey, once again, Atencio, the corner on the far side of the field, gets turned around. He's so afraid to get beat deep, he gets turned around on the play.
Yeah, 22 yards on the pass. Callbacher, you can see his arm. So if you're Atencio, you don't want to get beat deep because you know you can. But again, that 10 to 20-yard range, it's quick when you got an arm like that and precise route running like Ratzliff.
And when you look at this 3-4 and linebackers are lining up against slot receivers, yeah, the safeties over the top have to help the linebackers against the slot receiver.
Valdez back in the game. Scoots out there for a gain of 6. Maybe 5. We'll give him 6 yards on that play. 8:24 and running in the second quarter.
And I sort of like what you keep bringing up with these community college quarterbacks. Don't take 30 seconds to throw a football. Take 3 seconds to throw a football. You bring that up with the Fullerton team and some of the teams we've seen play them. You like the fact where it's a 1-2 drop and throw, or a 1-2-3 drop and throw.
Actually, I'm just saying it because I'm getting older. My attention span wanes. So if you can go 1, 2, 3, that's good. I'm good. High snap and brought down. Can't do anything with a high snap, especially when you got 5'11", 240 from Servite High School coming at you and Adrian Rosales.
Keeps the ball on the stop by number 97, Adrian Rosales.
Loss of 3. 3rd down and 8 at the 36.
But I agree with you. What I'm a little surprised at is that you haven't had corners come up and play a little bump and run. They're allowing the receivers to run free for Golden West College.
And that's the thing. I don't think you can, because what we've seen in Golden West, their receivers are pretty physical. So I don't think you can out-physical them. And there's a false start on the right tackle, are they saying?
No, I thought it was out here.
Pin or Atencio?
I thought it was out on the right corner. I thought the Oh.
Yeah, they got pinned.
Okay.
So you're right. He was on the right side. So instead of 3rd and 8, it'll be 3rd down and 13.
So you don't think the Orange Coast corners can play physical football against the Golden West College receiver?
Not what I've seen, no. I think they should, like you said, I think they should try. See what happens. Ahmad Dorsey one-on-one, because you're running, like you said, double high safety.
Mm-hmm.
What they call that Tampa cover 2.
Yeah.
False start. Number 74 of the offense.
But see, here's the thing is that I look at it too, Corey. You've got linebackers taking on slot receivers. They got good slot receivers on this Golden West College football team. A little surprised that they're playing linebackers. I might walk out with a nickel package right now against this receiving core against Golden West College.
And here's Golden West. As they move forward, they move steadily back now. 3rd and 18. They go deep. Big arm by Callbacher. And he's held all the way. Good, tight defense by Atencio. And like you said, bump and run, pressure him, get hands on him, overthrows.
So we haven't seen anything so far that's very unusual about this. Both these teams, not a great running game from Golden West College, but they live on the arm. Kalbacher's done well. Not a great passing game by Orange Coast College, and they live by the footstep.
6:33 to play. 4th down now and 18 yards to go in a tie ball game. In the second quarter, battle for the bell. James Baldwin is no longer the punter. Punter is Anthony Trevino. He rolls, kicks high in the air, straight down at the 30-yard line, 31-yard line, 32. And it was touched by Laurent. It looks like it might have been. And they do say Dylan Laurent touched it, came off on him. And the Rustlers have the ball after a 10-yard kick. Maybe going the Rustler way.
Well, I think what he thought is once it gets touched by, if we've got a replay on it, once it gets touched by the kicking team, you as the receiver can go and get it. But he thought it was already touched. It was not. He reached for it too soon, and that's why we get the fumble on the field.
So the Rustlers have it with Kalbacher and Valdez Dorsey as we have trips to the right, or excuse me, to the left. Vlevo. Handoff to Valdez. And that may be the ugliest run play I've ever seen in my life. That was almost as bad, Ed, as we saw a -1 yard kick today.
Yeah, punt. Guy literally kicked it straight out of bounds.
So Valdez, a talented running back out there for the Rustlers.
Why go away, though, what you're productive with? Kalbacher has been good. Going, and Corey, it's not the short pattern. You're beating the corners. Beat their brains out on the corners till they start cheating deep against you.
A little waiver snap. Wants Dorsey, no. Wanted Ratzliff, no. Confusion in the secondary. Good coverage by the Pirates there to cause that confusion.
So here's always the thing that's very frustrating for fans, all of us that are fans. We'll see stuff that's working, it's working, and all of a sudden the offensive coordinator goes away from it. We never figure that out from a fan perspective.
So 3rd down and 12 from the Pirate 34-yard line. Dorsey alone on the near side. Atencio and Penn in the slots. There's the snap. Kalbacher wants to go. He's got Atencio working against Crawford. He gets past Crawford with a stiff arm and steps out of bounds at the 14. David Atencio with a nice job of picking up 17 yards.
And realize their coverage is late, so you allow them to get in a zone where they can catch the ball, turn upfield, square their shoulders, and take off running. You've got to meet them when the ball gets there to at least have an opportunity to stop them. So you look at Golden West College and say, don't go away from what's working.
And excuse me, that was Zeke Allman, 22 in blue, not 22 in white. Allman forces him out of bounds. There's a snap, looking left again, has a man open. He's held by Atencio, no flag. Tipped at the line of scrimmage, and that's why there was no flag. Couldn't see who got that tip.
I think they were going to call incidental contact anyway.
Okay, see, you just taking away a pass breakup from Nicholas Sid. Nose guards, you don't get that much, Mark. You're just a taker. Dorsey. You need to be a giver, like that $15,000 for that Miller Toyota.
We'll flip for it. We'll flip for it. Tails you lose, heads you lose.
Kalbacher looking left. And that's one of the things about Kalbacher. He's staring down his receiver, and they're not getting that separation. Look away as it brings up 3rd down and 10.
Well, Corey, the other thing, and I know it sounds like I'm harping on it, but you keep bringing it up. 1-2, if you're going to throw to Corey Neyland, 1-2, hit that second and throw it as hard as you can.
And, you know, here's an easy say because I'm up here and we're up here. If it gets picked, it gets picked.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Just do that and get that rhythm next time you score 6. 4:54 to play in the half. 7-7 your score. Rustlers moving. There's a snap. Going up top. And Ratzliff didn't know it was coming to him. He's looking for a penalty. Ratzliff should be looking for the ball. Atencio's shorter than he is. He's just got to go all out. Rustlers stall at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Fight with the defensive back. The ball's in the air. If you run hard enough and you're fighting, you might luck out and get a flag.
That's going to bring in Arredondo. It's going to be a 22 at the spot, so it's going to be a 32-yard field goal attempt. Snap, hold, place, kick, up. That looks good to me. And it is good to them down on the field. So 4:46 to play in the half. Rustlers 10, Pirates 7. This is Rustler Football on SportsNetUSA.net. Proud to bring you the battle for the bell.
Of course, the Rustlers still have that opportunity. If they can win here, yeah, Riverside's up. You know what? I could probably take my other and start checking some other scores out on the CCCAA. See who's doing what this week.
You should check the rankings.
Rankings?
Yeah, the SportsNetUSA.net rankings.
Well, you know, I would trust them.
Well, that'll be at halftime, Mark.
There's a couple.
Because you got a lot of talking to do at halftime.
There's a couple. There's a couple guys that just, you know, they drop people out of the rankings that you have no idea why they're dropping people out of the rankings. I mean, I have no idea why they're dropping people out of the rankings.
Well, we'll discuss that at halftime. As the kick is away, and Brown and Laurent back deep. Laurent gets it at the 2, bobbles it, picks it up. The 10, the 20. Knocked out of bounds by his own guy, Elijah Williams, but a pretty good return of 25 yards out to the 23 yards to the 25.
23 yards on the return for Dylan Laurent.
4:40 to play, 3-point lead for the Rustlers. Now, the Rustler defense has always been quality under Nick Mitchell. We'll see if they can come up with a quality stop here or turnover. Pirates still looking to get their groove. 1-4 on the season. Haven't had their groove in a couple years. Pete Mitchell and Ahmad Lewis in the backfield. Manji on the near side. Purnell on the far side are your receivers. Snap looking out to the flat. Lewis has it. Nice little gain of 12. Brought down by Austin Kramer. Ryan Raines is there as well.
Brought down by number 2, Austin Kramer, and number 20, Ryan Raines.
Clock stops while they reset the chains. Ball at the 37-yard line of Orange Coast. Kramer and Branch are the safeties for the Rustlers. Let's see how active they are on this drive. Patrolling the middle will be Max Perez. We've got 6 at the line of scrimmage, showing run defense, and Ahmad Lewis just don't care how many people you put up there. He stumbles for 10 yards.
Number 42, Max Perez.
And this is what the Pirates have been doing well, running the ball up the middle.
First down, Pirates.
That interior of Baldwin Wilson and Kevin Miminger do a better job for the Rustlers of stopping up that middle. Ball at the 47-yard line, 3:46 to play in the half. Mitchell with the snap, looking left, looking down the middle, steps up, throws to a wide open receiver on a deep, deep square out as Isaiah Barnes can't come up with it. A little bit behind him. Bring up 2nd and 10.
Man, I don't even want to talk about the rankings. All the team I got up there, they're all losing tonight.
You got halftime. Give us some scores.
I will.
Manji on the near side, Purnell on the far. Mount Sac and Palomar tied at 14. Second quarter. Handoff. Lewis following his blockers, creating opportunities, picking his way for another gain of 12. Ahmad Lewis carrying this block and doing positive things, down by 3. DJ Malo had to come up and chase him down from his line position.
12 yards on the play. First down, Pirates.
Mitchell decides to keep it on this left side, and he gets a positive gain of 5.
Mitchell keeps the ball on his right.
So nice job of blocking by the left side of the offensive line, creating holes. Lewis did it on a cutback. Mitchell did on an RPO read option.
Carry, second and 5.
And Laney is just spanking San Francisco, 42-21. Man.
Trying to get back up to that number 2 spot where they were earlier this season.
Teach me to love a San Francisco team.
Mm-hmm.
Giants.
Mm-hmm. Always let you down.
San Francisco Community College. What's wrong with you people?
There's the snap, little pitch, and nice job in the backfield. Who is that but Jacoss Ford? Jacoss Ford played volleyball earlier. He's playing Rock'em Sock'em Robot right now in the backfield, a loss of 6.
And he breaks on the ball quickly, and that's why he makes the play. Too many people hesitate on that. You've got to make a decision while you're out there in the corner to break on the ball. He does it quickly, and doing so makes the tackle.
I've always loved Golden West defense. I think they have some of the most talented guys, and the guys that aren't the most talented are coached up well. And we were just looking at the Golden West alumni for the recent years of Nick Mitchell. It's amazing how much talent they produce at the next level.
They come with an outside blitz on this, Corey.
Here's Mitchell. Gets around. Good job of staying at home by Kakolidis. And he prevents a big gain from Mitchell. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 8. We'll give him 8 with 1:33 to play in the half. And Orange Coast is going to punt it away. And down is Myron Ayava holding that left leg.
Injured player on the field.
So, and this is another reason why we couldn't be coaches. Because
we'd both be going for it.
Exactly. We'd have the worst punters ever. Because they wouldn't see the field.
So they'd say, you know, I could down this at the 1, and I'd go, yeah, but we can be up by 4 when we go in.
Although we would only last a year. Because after going 0-10 and never punting.
Oh, no. I'd have tenure. So they wouldn't be able to get rid of me.
1:29 to play in that half.
Worst case scenario, I'd be the golf coach. That's it. Okay? You don't want me in football? Fine. I'm going to Black Hills. That's going to be my home course. I hear there's a baseball coach over there that plays, so I'll go play with him.
Where was Nick today?
He's probably at home watching the Dodgers. Come on.
So Myron, the big man, down on the ground. And it was nice. The trainer was going to lift him up, and he forgot. Myron is 6'6" and 320.
Just like, you know, Ryan Osborne. I got something to do. He's probably sitting at home watching the Dodgers.
Hey, don't talk about Ryan like that, okay? We got empanadas coming next week.
That we dividing. Ryan, you better self-divide these. I've been around Corey. Eat one, take one from Mark, because he's now got 12 and I got 11. Eat one. No, I got 10. Mark's got 12. I need 2.
There for Gabriella.
So
back deep is Branch. Kicks to the sideline, lets it go, calls for a fair catch. That's out of bounds, I'd say 16-yard line.
I was going to say 14, yeah. Let's see how close we are.
Not even at the 10-yard line.
That's a bad spot. That's a bad spot.
We got bad eyes, so 1:13 to play. I thought it was a 15 myself. 3-point lead for the Rustlers. Battle for the bell. Whoever wins this game, Mark, gets to run to the far side of the field. That way. See, that's good announcing right there.
That's it, because we got the visual on it.
They're going the way of left to right. They get to ring that bell. They don't shake hands after. They run for the bell and ring it.
Are we glad we're not on those teams? Because I'd shake your hand.
Kalbacher, Valdez in the backfield. Hands off to Valdez. And stacked up at the line of scrimmage by Jamie Jones. also out of Crescent City, Florida.
Jamie Jones with the tackle.
So now you've got 3 timeouts. You're the home team. You've got them backed up. You don't use any of them. Don't you stop the clock and try and get the ball back?
We would, because we'd like to be aggressive on the offensive. It's not that we smell, but we just want to be offensive and try to go for 6, go for 3. We want to get funky with it.
You know, now if you're Nick Mitchell's, I'm like you, Corey. I take a chance. My guys are beating the corner. I'm going deep and going right across the middle.
I got a 3-point lead, and we're playing well. Handoff to Roper. He stays in bounds. The clock runs with 21 seconds. That's probably going to be the final play of the first half. So, yeah, they're not in any type of hurry. And Golden West, hey, if you got a lead for Golden West, you're going to take it anytime you get it. So you got a 3-point lead going into the half. And that's it. Second half coming up as we're going to break into halftime is the Rustlers have a 3-point lead, 10-7. This is Rustler football on SportsNetUSA.net.
Guess what? I'm going to quote.
Poll for this week of the top teams. And in the National Division, once again, unanimous across the board, no matter what you've seen in the OC register.
That's true.
Fullerton College is the #1 pick for us, from all our voters. College of the Canyons coming in at #2, and the RCC Tigers, #3. The first team from the north to make it is Butte. They've been moving up. Ventura, a solid #5. They haven't really moved much from that 5 or 6 position. Mount Sac is in the 6th slot. Southwestern, a team that has been here on SportsNetUSA.net before and will be in a game later on. We'll get back to that because we have the kickoff coming up. Back to Mark and Corey.
So Kenny Fisher will do the kicking. The right-footed guy has Purnell and Brown back deep for the Pirates, and that's Purnell at the goal line, has it go off of his helmet, can't find it, and they downed it in the end zone.
Nice to see you back.
Good to be back. I was going to get you an interview from the OCC Row Squad.
See, let me down again. Let me down again. You know.
We have to go over the rankings.
You know, I didn't know Ed looked at comic book stories.
P. Mitchell back at quarterback for the blue and orange
That's
and white.
OC what? That comic book is?
Oh,
The OC what?
comic books are good to read. Well,
Not that one.
it's not a comic book, Mark. It's doing a disservice. It's misleading. Ahmad Lewis in the backfield. Manji on the near side. Purnell on the far side. Fakes a handoff. Here's Mitchell around the side. Gets past Purnell, or excuse me, Aldapa. No. Not Aldapa, but Austin Kramer. Good physical safety for the Rustlers.
But Ed was telling us, and Ed was on the air, this is once again what Golden West can't do. They can't stop a running attack from a solid running football team.
And if I'm the Pirates, I keep running. In that first half, what'd you have? Ellis 50, Lewis 38, Mitchell 19.
Yeah, Golden West is really thinned out with injuries, so I'm Orange Coast. I keep running.
Mitchell under center. Second down, 5 yards to go. Quick handoff to Lewis up the middle, and he buries and bulls his way for a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
And once again, you look at the linebacking core, has to get to it. Ed and I talked about it. The defensive line for Golden West College needs to make sure they open up so that the linebackers have a clean shot, and then the linebackers need to make that initial tackle and that stop.
10-7 your score. Pirates down by 3, looking to sustain a drive in their first drive in the first series of the second half. Mitchell up under center. We've seen more up under center than we have in the last 3 years from any squad in any game. He keeps it, fumbles it, wants to roll out, has a tight end over the middle, broken up by Kramer. Reaching back was Isaiah Alonzo, and he is coming out. And he got hit in an awkward position, Mark, as he was reaching back with the right. and Kramer came through and buried through him. And it looks like it might be his shoulder. Oh.
And Mitchell throws behind him again on a rollout pass. You throw behind somebody. When you're rolling out in the same direction as a receiver, you lead that receiver when you're going the same thing. You just throw it out in front of him and let him run to the football if he can.
And Ed, you want to go back to those rankings?
And rounding out the top 10, a couple of 3 teams from Northern California. City College of San Francisco. I think they're getting they're getting pasted or something like that now.
They're dropping out next week.
Santa Rosa, who's playing San Mateo, I believe, is number 9, and Laney, who is beating up on City College of San Francisco, is 10.
You're going to make a big jump next week. As David Atencio is back deep to receive the kick. And he's bumped, doesn't fall down, bounces out to 33, gets a minimal, subliminal roll for the Pirates, and down at the 28-yard line with 13:22 to play. Rustlers, their first series of the second half, up by 3.
You're doing that poetry stuff again.
Yes.
Oh, there's another joke in the APA. We don't want to even get anywhere near that one. Oh, 60s jokes.
Kalbacher with Valdez in the backfield. 6 carries, 10 yards in the first half. And there's Valdez on around the right side. Forced out of bounds.
And so Orange Coast College brings back their starting corners in this game. Orange is back out there. Orange was brutalized by the Golden West College receivers when he was in for Orange Coast College, going one-on-one. That time he has to take on a run. He goes down quickly. So, Corey, I tell you what, if I'm Kalbacher, I see that number out there, he wants to play bump and run against my receiver,
You check
I
off
go
and
take the task, yeah.
If he bails out, then you keep it. Nice job by Atencio on the reception. Are they going to give him the first down? I thought they were, but they're going to just say just short, 3rd down and 1 on a 6-yard pass play.
Yeah, they're going to claim that he peeled back on his own accord, wasn't forced back, or he would have gotten the sticks. That's one of the things you need with receivers. They might make the sticks, but if they retreat on their own, they are given where they're tackled by. If they are knocked backwards, they would get the forward progress.
And if they were at the 50, I'd take a shot deep. But now, let's see if Valdez can do work. And they say, Kalbacher, we call your number 14 power.
He's short.
Maybe by an inch. I think he's got it.
Oh, they gave it to him, Corey. White Hat says, yeah, first down. Nobody even looked to see where the ball was.
Oh, no,
wow.
That's actually
wow.
Wow, yeah.
If you're a Pirate, you're not happy. Let me tell you, that's horrible.
Now, see, here's why we couldn't be coaches. Because there'd be a 15-yard penalty for Coach Pavlovich running onto the field, slapping the 38-yard line, and say he's an inch short. First down and 10 from the 38. Fakes the handoff over the middle. And David Atencio does one of my catches. I caught it. I'm not running. Falls down for a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, you'd know it was me, too, because I'd have a T-shirt on that says, I have tenure.
2nd-yard gain on the play, 2nd and 3.
2nd down, 4 yards to go. Using the play action, even though there's no run game to speak of. Nice job by Kalbacher and the Rustler offense. Earl Atencio. Kalbacher keeps it, and you know who wasn't fooled? Adrian Rosales. And that's a dangerous give and take right there.
Well, and Kalbacher is not fleet of foot, and that's the thing that you've got to have. You got to have a quarterback that can run. You put it in the stomach, you yank it out. You're flat-footed for a second as a quarterback. If you can't get up and go, Corey Neyland and I are going to catch you.
Earl on the near side, Atencio in the slot, Ratzliff on the far side. Pin Right there, number 16 in white and green numerals in the slot. There's the snap. Out to Atencia. Nice pick play. Incomplete.
Yeah, and Kalbacher had time, but what he did is he got happy feet back there because they brought their linebackers. The offensive line did an excellent job of picking up the blitz against Orange Coast College, but Kalbacher saw the blitz and said, I got to get rid of the football.
10-19 to play third quarter. You're going to punt it away, and that looks like it is Laurent back deep, Laurent. I've given him a French pronunciation, my bad. Laurent back deep. Rolling, sidewinding kick. Bounces at the 25. Gets a Rustler bounce and evens out at the, we'll give the 16, 15, 15 and a half. First down and 10 for the Pirates.
And you know what's fun? Is the young man last time tried to pick it up and had a fumble turnover. He turned around and looked at the football just for a second to say to the coach, hey, you might have gotten mad at me, but I still don't think it was my mistake.
So Laurent in the slot on the far side with Purnell. Near side is Monji. I don't think Monji has had the ball thrown to him tonight.
Corey, when Mitchell, you look at him, he's 3 of 9 for 35 yards in the first half. Not respectable numbers.
I formation, Lewis, the deep set tailback. He gets the handoff, and then back deep is Aldapa. He ain't going anywhere. That's it. Ellis. Adrian Ellis, and another Rustler down, getting up slowly. And he's up walking under his own power is Philip Cook. Also in the backfield at that time was Kevin Miminger.
And if you watch Nick Mitchell, what he's doing now is he's walking up 9 guys into the box. There are 9 guys in the box. Corey, there's right now 11 guys in the box against them.
Straight handoff, and there's nowhere to go. That's what you got to do. And it looks like Retzlaff was in there. No, that's Ayava underneath.
So now if you're Mitchell and you're Orange Coast, what you do is you fake the dive, you throw it to a running back in the flat, and you let him go one-on-one against the linebacker.
1 yard gain, 3rd and 10.
You think? Oh, it's okay.
Who'd you want me to ask?
No, it's all right. 3rd down, 10 yards to go. 8:54 and counting in the third quarter. Rustlers up by 3.
Orange Coast? Golden West.
Golden West. That's okay. Mitchell in the shotgun now. 4 wide receivers split left and right. 2 steps, 3 steps, looks right, goes back left.
That's a fumble.
That's a fumble. Recovered in the end zone by the Rustlers, and that's 6 scored by Kakulidis. And that makes it a 16-7 Rustler lead. I'm trying to get up there. Can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to go smooth. Touchdown, Rustlers.
You don't need enough sugar. That's your problem.
Touchdown, Rustlers.
Touchdown, Rustlers.
Rustlers. There we go. And again, that pressure up front. You can do big things when you have 9 people in the box going after one gentleman.
Well, what was nice, you're playing run defense, and then when he goes back for the pass, you come on the weak side. And the thing is, once again, a quarterback that's not used to throwing a lot in the game is going to get hit because he doesn't drop deep enough.
False start on Golden West. So again, like we've said for the past 12 years, Nick Mitchell defense makes things happen.
Realize this is Rashawn Haylock and Ryan Osborne up here calling the game. Just don't want Nick calling us next week going, you guys got a game to do? I love Rashawn and Ryan, but
don't come back.
Yeah.
That's to us. And Arredondo puts it up and in. So 17-7 Rustlers. Golden West has got a good chance. Riverside and Southwestern, the top 2 teams in their division. There's a kick deep. That's Brown at the 6. Running all the way to the right side. He runs 53 yards for a 3-yard gain. Now make it a 14-yard gain. And nice special teams work by the Rustlers and Mark.
Max Perez makes a nice tackle on the far side of the field.
Momentum, a feeling, aggressiveness. Got a little pep in their step. Rustlers looking to take it to the house on defense again as Pete Mitchell comes out. In the backfield with him is Gus Serafino.
And you and I both like Southwestern. They played against Fullerton College. We think if they had a quarterback, they'd be a much better team. They cut the real deal at running back.
If they had a quarterback, they would have beat Fullerton.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, I agree.
But Fullerton did have some mistakes and play lethargic. So you never know. Would have been a better game. Handoff. Serafino breaks one tackle. Rumbles his way for a gain of 3.
But, hey, if you play lethargic football, you know what, and I win the game, there's no, oh, I could have beat you on my better day. You lost.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah.
You know,
Fullerton is a better team.
Better teams don't always win.
No, but they also did have a punt return call back for a touchdown, so that can make a difference.
Robert Downs the third, a play away from him.
You know he's itching to take one back.
Oh, yeah.
I'll guarantee you next game he takes one back against San Diego Mesa. 2nd down, 7 yards to go for the Pirates. Mitchell, 2-step drop, cups up in the middle. And Ahmad Lewis drops the ball, and that's been the story for Orange Coast College, Mark. They just can't hang on the easy plays. Ed?
You know, that's going to get picked off sooner or later.
Yeah, I mean, it really is, because if you can't hold the ball and he's aiming the balls when he throws, I'm surprised if he comes over to Jacoss Ford or Ryan Raines on the outside, Ed Ford's going to call it. You got 6 points the other way. Brown in the slot with Laurent, Manji on the near side, Purnell on the far side.
Play clock down to 9 already.
7:23, third quarter. Looking left. And there is Kakulidis. Paka.
And Corey, I'm going to call that a coverage sack. He was looking to his left. They blitzed the corner on his right. He never looked back to the side he was getting blitz against. Where you actually go towards that blitz, that opens up a space. Great coverage sack by the secondary for Golden West College.
Atencio back deep again, this time in his 45-yard line. That field position game they're playing, Mark, in the second half. 6:45 to play in the third quarter. Up by 10. Almost blocked. Get away, bounces out of bounds at the 49-yard line. So the Rustlers will have it at the 47-yard line to begin their second drive. With 6:33 to play, this is Rustler football on SportsNetUSA.net. Don't forget, next Friday, little Anaheim Union High School District football between Anaheim and Magnolia, 7 p.m. Jonathan Earl, here's your 6 points right here. Hit Earl going deep, in motion, Atencio. He joins Ratzlaff. High snap, handoff to Valdez. Sometimes you feel for Valdez because 1 against 100 just ain't fair.
Yeah, but that's a timing play. I could hide a Callbacher. He has to reach up. My timing is off. I get it to you late because you got to wait for me as a running back.
But that's something that's been plaguing Golden West all season long is high snaps. They need to really get consistent with snapping the ball properly. If they're going to beat a team like Riverside or Southwestern or even Orange Coast tonight, they need to snap the ball consistently.
And your center is Jacob Beckler, and that's not the first or second time that's happened tonight. There's a snap, looking right. Little crisscross action. There's Earl over the middle and the seam. And the right hash mark. He goes down at the 21-yard line. And that's a heck of a play. That's a 27-yard pass play, and Earl comes out of the game.
Heck of a throw.
Yes.
1-2, let it fly.
And I like that. Callbacher has an arm.
Well, what Mark was saying, keep throwing it until they prove that they can stop it.
Yeah, Jeremiah Wright comes in for Jonathan Earl. I agree with both of you. I mean, then when you stop it, now Valdez says, hey, I've actually got some room to run. He's in the backfield. Callbacher getting in the rhythm. Oh, what a throw by Bo Callbacher. Oh, my goodness, that was pretty. into the ball game for the first time. His first catch is Jeremiah Wright. Here's your replay. Watch the bullet. Rogers-esque on the back shoulder and struts into the end zone for a 6, 23-7, 5:09 to play, third quarter. Touchdown, Rustlers.
I tell you. And when you throw a back shoulder pass, there's only one person that should be able to catch it. That's your wide receiver.
Arredondo on for the extra point. And that is also good. 24-7, Golden West opening it up here for the battle for the bell. And Mark, you saw the replay. Ed, you saw the replay. Bo Kalbacher said, Ryan, Rashawn, you wanted something pretty, but you ain't here to see it.
And Corey, it goes back to the thing too that we already talked about it. Ed, we brought it up at halftime. We've sort of minced it into the ground. You're playing one-on-one as Orange Coast College against these receivers. You haven't covered him in the first half. You haven't covered him in most of the game. You have nobody coming out to help the corners. They're not taking away anything, and these corners just can't match the speed or the physicality.
Or the height.
Okay.
They have all three components you have for a receiver to beat a DB. Speed, physicality, and height. Advantage, Rustlers. Fisher, pooch kick. At the 35-yard line, falling on it. Is that Ree?
Yeah.
He's getting a workout tonight.
Big up back. And again, I go back to straight now. If I'm Orange Coast College, I run straight I formation. If I'm Orange Coast College and I'm sitting there at the 35.
But do you have time for it?
Oh, sure. Okay. I'm
Okay.
only down by 17. I'm fine with 5:09 to go. I eat up the clock. I score a touchdown. I'm within 10. It's easy.
By that time, you're starting the fourth quarter. Jump gets back is Baldwin Wilson. Hands off to Ellis. He makes one cut. Grinding away.
7 yards a pop.
Grind time run game right there for the Orange Coast Pirates.
8-yard gain on the carry, second and 2.
They haven't gone to Mungie at all on the near side, Mark. Looks like window dressing. High formation, another handoff. Ellis.
First down, move the chains. Clock stops for a second. Move the chains. But, Corey, all you have to do now one time is to take that up hand, fake the handoffs, take one step back, throw it over here into the flat, depending on the coverage that you're getting over here.
Cyrus Collins on Mungie. He throws it over the flat. I don't know if that's courting disaster or not.
Is that who's over on this side, or is it Crawford that's covering him? Oh, it is Collins, isn't it? Okay.
It's a tight eye. Another handoff. Ellis says, I like the work. Splits the defenders, gets the open field at the 40. Kramer brings him down at the 37-yard line. And that's a gain of 15. Dadrian Ellis out of Crescent City. He comes out 3 straight runs. Nice job.
Well, the Rustlers can't stop the run. Orange Coast, Mark said, keep running the ball.
That's 3 straight runs, and a first down. 2 first downs. There's another run, and that time they said we ain't having it that time. Sayal Amore. That's a good name. If you're not a linebacker and your first name is Sayal, I don't know what you're doing.
I tell you. You know, and I'm still going to stick. I'm still going to stick with this run. I'm going to go off tackle. Maybe not a straight center dive, but maybe off tackle. I get the angle against Orange Coast College.
Let Sean Javier Rhodes lead the way.
Yep.
On a stretch play. I like the call. Second down, 9 yards to go. 3:22 to play third quarter. 24-7 Rustlers. Looking, rolling Mitchell. And there's the first catch and a nice slip. That's Purnell on the far side. Gain of 19. So Purnell did a nice little slip move. Looked like an Olay.
I've got a flag down there at the 20, Corey, on the far side. So it should be against defense, I would imagine.
Well, you know it's not an illegal receiver downfield.
Oh, it is. Oh, wow. Tough call against the Pirates.
It's still going to be a first down. But now you move it back to the 30 from the 18-yard line. So it's second down, excuse me. Explain that rule to me again, Mark.
Well, I mean, the play is down, but you move it back from where the spot is. After they mark the ball, it's not a first down. So it's going to second down.
See, I was always confused. I thought it was the other way around since they picked up the first down, and the hold was after the first down marker. Second down and 3. Fakes the handoff. He wants Manji. Not enough time. Coming from the side is VJ Malo. And VJ has had a heck of a game to go along with Kakulidis. 43 and 45. Nice job by the. I know, Mark. I know. 2:30 to play. 24-7 to score. Just allowed too much time. You haven't had that much time to throw all night. A slow play action rollout to the left side. One receiver en route. Not much of an option by the Pirates. Shotgun, third down, 9 yards to go. In the flat is Lewis, and he was open in the flat, but he wasn't going to get much to run with, even if he catches it. So.
And again, I'm going to go back and look at your numbers, and I'm not saying anything bad about the young man. I think he's a good quarterback, but when your quarterback is completing only 38% of his passes, your strength is not on the arm of your quarterback offensively.
Timeout Pirates, 1:59 to play in the third quarter. They're down by 17 points. The battle for the bell. This is Rustler football on SportsNetUSA.net.
The L3 Real Estate Agency has years of experience helping local real estate buyers and sellers.
You know, I look around some of the games that have happened today, Ed. Oh, go ahead. I thought you were going to come on the air, Ed. You know, and I was going to talk to you about it anyway, because we talk about San Francisco. Laney did beat them 42-21. You look at a lot of these Northern California teams. When we look at our standings, you've been up there and watched their football. I mean, there's got to be a definite difference between them. Are we all equal, or would you say that Northern California just gets a lot of love from the CCCAA and their poll?
Well, this is our poll, and we are giving them some love too. So there are good teams up there. It just, you know, this year I think some of the perennial strong teams like ARC is just not having a good year. They're getting beat by a lot of people. So you've got Laney is doing well. City College of San Francisco isn't doing that well, and you still have Butte. San Mateo once again is another team not having the greatest year as they normally do.
Get to that American division after this. In motion. Fourth down. Got to go for it. 9 yards of play. And there's no one open in the backfield. Fumble trying to advance. And it's still rolling. And Sayal Amor comes up with it. There's a flag on the play.
Steps, let him throw a bullet. And if it gets picked, it gets picked.
Ahmad Dorsey on the near side. Ratzliff on the far side. In the slot is Atencio. In the backfield, looks like Juwan Roper. I'd run all three receivers. Just go. That's why they call it a go route. Just go. Like, I want people out of my house. Just go. Dorsey up high. And they're going to call a penalty on Maurice Norris. It was uncatchable. They're going to have to pick that one up.
Oh, it was just Corey. He wasn't there early anyway. The ball went up. It went past them 10 yards from even being next to him.
The ball was so overthrown he couldn't tell when it passed him, man.
It's not even close.
They don't have to pick that up.
No, you saw it?
No, I'm saying they don't have to pick it up. They're the referees. They call anything they want to.
And they have.
Wow.
You know why? We owe Golden West for those Fullerton games the last 3 years, so we're going to take it out on OCC.
Wow. Ugly call. Ugly call.
Hey, but if you're a Rustler fan, first down and 10 from the 45.
Tell you what, Rashawn Haylock's just rubbing that voodoo ball at home.
Atencio on the near side. Dorsey in the slot. I really like the wide receivers.
Yeah, so do I.
Bacher calling out the play. He gets the snap. Hands off. Moore met. Stood up. Roper, excuse me. Gets a gain of 2. Nice fill. Walker swings it out for Atencio, and that was just smelled, sniffed out. Chris Castillo, along with Zeke Allman. And that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. So 4th down, 9 yards to go. Golden West will have it coming back on the other side of the third quarter. So that makes it the fourth quarter, 24-7 Rustlers. This is SportsNetUSA.net. We talked the national division. Now let's go to the American division, SportsNetUSA.net rankings.
Unanimous choice for number 1, Mount San Jacinto. Reedley and Hartnell, have been kind of switching positions. Reedley at 2, Hartnell at 3. Chaffee, the Panthers are playing well, and they are number 4.
And Chaffee might be the best team in the American division.
They might. Well, I'm going to have to still go with Mount San Jacinto.
Oh, me too. I think Casey Mazzota's doing
I think
a heck of a job.
team that people I've seen them play, and I think they're better than some people are ranking them, is Allen Hancock. They're in the 5 position.
I'll agree.
San Bernardino Valley at number 6. Monterey Peninsula, a place where you never can get scores out. They're number 7. You know, they send the carrier pigeon down. Number 8 is De Anza. LA Valley, another team that we feature here on SportsNetUSA.net. Aaron Rosenberg doing those calls. Let's get back to the action now.
And Citrus at number 10 is making their way out of the top 10.
Oh, man.
Laurent back deep. Fisher. Rolls, kicks, end over end. Man, I wish I had a golf shot like that at the 25-yard line. 30 yards on the kick.
Well, I'm not quite sure what that meant. You like a golf shot that travels over 35 yards, a golf shot that you hit straight?
I'd like to have a golf shot that went straight, went more than 35 yards in the air.
And bounced backwards?
And bounced backward, just stopped when it hit the ground. Now, if he punted like my golf game, hey, he'd have 60 yards on the ground no matter what. Might not stop, though.
He'd still be rolling.
14:52 to play. Let's see if Orange Coast can get in there. 7. Well, they're down by 17. Misdirection. Fakes that. Lewis on the wing. On the flat. Held on for dear life. Is Brandon Maradian, and he prevents the first down. It'll be 2nd down and 1. Good misdirection. Good openness on that play call.
But again, if you're Nick Mitchell, you dare them to throw the football. And you let them know, hey, you know what? If you score a touchdown, we're up by 10 with 14 minutes to go. We can play the game from in front. Don't change your defense now. Don't be worried about the pass. Keep playing the run.
2nd down, 1 yard to go. Double set. Lewis in motion. Handoff straight forward. Misses the tackle, but he slows him just enough for his friends to come up. And a loss of a half a yard.
So the front 4 play the run. The corner comes off on a corner blitz. They force the runner to slow down. The corner hits him, should have tackled him, but he does enough to stop him to let the other people get there. Once again, you're playing that run first, that pass second, and if they beat you with it, they beat you with it.
Philip Cook made the tackle, I formation. This is what's been damaging to the Rustler defense all night. Turns, hands off, and not this time. Max Perez, few big plays, makes the stop, and there's a scuffle at the 30.
So, Corey, go back and look at that play, though, because, I mean, you see them walk up their linebackers not even looking for a pass play.
There's no audibles.
You know?
There's no audibles. Fullerton College used to have their offense. They didn't run any audibles a few years back. That's the same thing with most community college players. There's not that trust, really, at the quarterback position. In Orange Coast College, they had a 2nd down and less than a yard to go, and they couldn't get it. Punt away. Nice spiraling. Drives Atencio back to the 15. High bounce at the 10. Does he step out of bounds? No. Not until he reaches the 16, 17-yard line. So 1st and 10. Rustlers with 12:34 to play in the game. They're up by 17 points on SportsNetUSA.net.
And hopefully, Mark, you can toss a few scores in there as we go along.
I will do that. Find out what's going on in the CCCAA down the road.
Orange Coast College has been in games this year, except last week against Bakersfield. But they've been in games, had chances. They just haven't been able to get that one play over the hump. Kalbacher in shotgun, flanked by 2 running backs. And here is up the middle. Nice burst through the hole for a gain of 8 quickly.
Also on Sports.
Dante Swain.
Sorry, Corey. Also on SportsNetUSA.net tonight, we have East LA football. The Huskies are playing Long Beach, and that should be quite a game. Those are our rival schools, Mark. They've got a rivalry going.
Yeah.
And we'll see how the Huskies are doing. Dan Gaudino calling the play-by-play on that game here on SportsNetUSA.net.
We'll go back to the top of the list in a second.
And there is a 1st down run right up the middle by Roper.
Some of the other games around the CCCAA, San Francisco loses to Laney 42-21. Fullerton College beats Cerritos 35-25. Citrus over Desert 43-6.
They can stay in the top 10, man.
Santa Ana College loses a tough one to West LA 44-38. Butte continues, guys. They beat Feather River 42-14. San Mateo stays in there. They beat Santa Rosa 41-9.
Handoff up the middle. There's Swain again, working hard, pulling defenders for a gain of 5. 2nd down and 5 with a 17-point lead, and the clock is ticking. 11-13, and
It almost looked like Kalbacher was holding him by the jersey, pulling him back.
Mount San Jacinto, they get scared. They just beat Victor Valley 35-32.
Where was that game?
That was at Mount San Jacinto.
Oh,
Hartnell beats San Jose 28-0. Monterey Peninsula, they lose to Merced 35-22. There they go.
handoff again to Roper. Blast up the middle, shaking off defenders. And Rustlers are smelling victory. Another 8-yard gain and 10:37 to play. Even the offensive line is playing well.
We look at De Anza. They lost to Contra Costa 41-14. Los Madinos beats the Redwoods. Who?
De Anza won that one.
41-14.
Yeah.
Did I say they lost?
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Trying to kick my team out.
Kick your team out of there.
now the Monterey Peninsula game against Merced. In Merced, right?
In Merced.
That's why we have a score right now.
Okay.
1st and 10 from the 42. Just waiting for you to get to that Long Beach game. Atencio in motion. And another run. Roper has it on the outside, bounces, and there's going to be a holding on Golden West. That's going to bring that short gain back. Chris Castillo on the tackle.
American River, they get back in the win column. They beat Siskiyous 44-37. Reedley over Gavilan, that wonderful water polo team. Allen Hancock beats Pasadena City. Riverside 23, Grossmont 10. Palomar 24 in the 3rd quarter. Mount Sac 21.
Chaffee 15, LA Valley 13.
That is a big game for LA Valley. LA Valley, if they can beat Chaffee, they would be looking good for a bowl.
Glendale 20, Compton 6, Saddleback 25, Southwestern 7.
I wish they had a quarterback.
L.A. Pierce over Santa Barbara, San Bernardino Valley over Antelope Valley.
Shotgun, Kalbacher steps back. He's got one over the middle. He's looking for a pin, and that is intercepted. No, it is dropped as he went down to the ground. Great extension by Lamar Dixon. Couldn't come down with it. Paul Barker left it a little bit short.
Halftime, East LA 10, Long Beach 7. Here on SportsNetUSA.net.
It's time, 9:26 to play in the game. Battle for the bell, 24-7 Golden West with the lead.
San Diego Mesa 23, El Camino 14. Cabrillo getting beat by Yuba 14-0 here, all on SportsNetUSA.net. Some of the other scores around the CCCAA.
There's another pass over the middle, and that time he just rushed it. Bring up third down, and I don't know, 20, 25, 17th Street.
Yeah, could be. A little Taco Bell right down there.
No, you're buying tonight, so I heard you say that. Oh, I'm sorry. You're buying for Gabby tonight. I'm sorry.
What?
For Gabby.
I'm sorry. My headsets just went out. If I had Ron Osborne up here for me, he'd retort to you.
Me and Ryan have been having a conversation, Mark.
Yeah.
He's laughing at us for
Did you
messing
say
up names.
he'd retort or he would be
Eat a
bring
tort.
up a bag of torts?
3rd and 20. Screenplay, Dorsey, nowhere to go. To Vita Crisp.
Did he give you the Dodger score, Ron Osborne?
No, he didn't give me the Dodgers score. They were up 4-3 in the bottom of the 8th when we got out of the car.
Oh, okay.
I know you're a big Dodger fan.
Yeah. I'm concerned about them.
No gain on that 4th down play, so they're going to punt it away. Laurent back deep, standing at his 30.
I'm as concerned about them as I am about Saddleback and their bad season this year.
And they're winning right now. They're beating Southwestern. Saddleback's got 2 losses on the season, 1 more, and they cannot make the playoffs. We'll see if that happens. Punt is away, end over end. Again, my golf game needs to be that good as it bounces after 40 and rolls to the 37 with 8:28 to play in the game. 24-7 Rustlers on SportsNetUSA.net.
Well, Corey, if you had a ball that was about that big and was pointed on each end,
And I got to shoot it.
and it said Spalding on it instead of Titleist, yeah,
Hey,
you
my golf
might
game-
hit it like that.
My golf game is strong on Excel. They got a little game, click, click, and go. I'm good on that one.
He does have golf balls that have his name on them. It says Corey Neyland.
1st and 10 for Mitchell. Purnell on the near side, Brown in the slot. Motion is Laurent, handoff to Lewis. And he gets stuffed by Aldapa and Kakulidis.
You know, I like Kakalitos. I'm going to grab you, I'm going to grab you, and I'm going to grab you, and one of you should have the football.
Yeah, your team won 4-3. They beat Milwaukee. Houston 3-2 over the Boston Red Sox. Let's go Astros. 2nd down, 9 yards to go.
I can hear Eric Pessolano from Anaheim Ice whining right now.
Well, they're only in the 7th.
Yeah,
They
but
got a
he
chance.
has multiple teams, so he's
Oh.
always covered. Oh, the Braves are already out of it.
Pass by Laurent on a wide receiver fake, and that ball is thrown and intercepted by Golden West, Ramsey Al-Sherman, and they're going to say hit the ground. Here's your replay here, and it's a wobbling duck, and Al-Sherman, yeah, he dropped it.
A wobbly duck?
No, actually, I thought he caught it.
I thought it was an eagle because it was flying all by itself.
Yeah, it looked like he got his arms under it, but
Because you do know that, like ducks and pigeons, they fly in flocks.
no, pigeons just walk.
Not the
But,
pigeons. in
but
the
turkeys walk alone.
One of my favorite television episodes. I thought turkeys could fly. 3rd down, 9 yards to go. Shotgun, Mitchell looking for someone to go to. And Wolf Retzlaff says, hey, and Ahmad Lewis says, you need to bail me out. And he gets the ball, and he's running for a 1st down. Good job by Pete Mitchell, and he's excited. Wolf Retzlaff, who's been quiet tonight, gets in the backfield, forces a 2nd time we've seen that type of play. Well, today we have in the other game.
Far-esque. It's a far-esque type play. You know,
Favre-esque.
one of the greatest quarterbacks coming from a team in green and gold. We have so many, it's hard to distinguish one from the other. Star-esque, far-esque, A-Rod. The Magic Man.
Now you've gone a little bit too far. 1st and 10 from the 48, 7-11 and counting. There's no downfield presence for Orange Coast. Dumps it off to Lauren at the 45. Makes one man miss, gets out of bounds at the 42.
Wait a minute. When you trip on a blade of grass, like Al Sherman did, that ain't missing. You just tripped on paint.
Do you remember Keon Lee?
I do.
Tripped over the 45-yard line in 5 different games for Fullerton about 6 years ago.
Keon Lee.
Tripped on the grass. 2nd down and 2. Mitchell fakes the handoff. Rolls to his left, has a man wide open and missed him by that much. 6:41 to play after that incomplete pass.
That's when you say, look, man, I'm running to the Chevy, not the Ford, the Chevy. Your dad owns a Chevy.
Problem is, he threw it to the Buick.
That's it.
3rd and 2. Lewis in the backfield with Mitchell. Purnell on the near side. Lauren, Brown, and Manji on the far side.
You do know all the young kids that listen to us go, wait a minute, you guys actually ran? I stay inside the house. And
hand off to Lewis, gets that 1st down. Keeps the drive going, ridden down by Stephen Cruz.
So, Ed,
They might be saying, a Buick?
Buick, yeah, what's up?
Isn't that what Grandpa drives?
That's it. Grandpa Corey.
Hey, I was using comparable cars, okay? If there's a Porsche on the street, you're probably not going to play football in the street.
Well, you are. Just when you hit it, everybody runs home.
That's what makes it so exciting. You can hurdle a Porsche. Mitchell drops back, steps up, got it running now, takes a big, vicious hit, and rolls off of that for a gain of 9, tackled by Aldapa.
Ed, you've watched these games. You've been out here with Rashawn and with Ryan Osborne. I mean, when they get a lead, can Golden West finish off a game?
Yes, they have. Right now, though, they're not doing a good job of taking the quarterback down. They've got the initial rush on him, but they're not tackling.
And my goodness, there's a play that should have gone for a 1st down, Mark, but it lost 3. Laurent is trying to do too much. He's dancing and prancing out there, coming straight down the side. He's got to get upfield and get the 1st down, move the change. But now, instead of a 1st down, you've got a 3rd and 4.
And when VJ Malo gives him a little shove, Corey, he turns around and looks for the official and says, hey, aren't you going to throw a flag? I mean, come on. This is a game of emotion. You can't play football without emotion.
Plus, you ran backwards. Mitchell stands 6'4", gets the snap, blitz coming, gets it away. 1st down, nice, strong catch. Comes into the ball game, Jordan Clark. Aldapa makes the stop.
Better throw by Mitchell. Finds the alley, opens up on his offensive line, sees the receiver there, and lets it fly instead of thinking about it.
Probably the best throw we've seen him make tonight. 4:56, 24-7 Rustlers. And there's just no sense of ease in the pocket for Mitchell.
Do you watch him back there? He looks like Fred Astaire doing a little tap dance, or maybe somebody that you'd say the young kids could relate to.
I'm sorry, I don't know any dancers. I'm sorry, Diddy.
Diddy. What is that like? Diddy doo da, diddy doo da.
No, P. Diddy with the Harlem Shake.
Man, do you look at who you're talking to? Jeez. I know everybody else in town thinks I'm a brother, but come on, man.
So you think you can dance.
There we go.
Mitchell with the snap, looking for someone to go to. Blanket coverage by Golden West. Forces a poor throw by Mitchell, running to his left. Looking for Brown, undercut him, and forward on coverage. And on that near side, Mark, you saw he wanted to go to Purnell, but Cyrus Collins wasn't have anything to do with it.
When you look at the coverage of Golden West College, they know now that OCC is just going to throw. Basically, their 4-down linemen are saying, hey, if he takes off running, you need to get him. Don't worry about the pressure. Don't let him get to the outside with a run.
4:42 to play as the clock is stopped. 3rd down and 10 from the 29. looking left. Wants Clark, no, keeps it, runs, gets past one defender, throws it as he passes the line of scrimmage. Purnell catches it, but the official with his hat thrown out says he came from out of bounds and the first person to touch. That's illegal. Penalty down at the 27-yard line. That's going to be where he passed the line of scrimmage and made an illegal forward pass. That play's not going to stand.
So again, and that's the 4-down lineman for Golden West College doing their job. They're holding him there and saying, if you want to take off, we're not going to let you take off and run up the field.
Illegal forward pass. Offense number 10. 5-yard penalty for the spot of foul. Loss of down. 4th down.
That's also a play, just like intentional grounding, where you do lose the down on the play.
And with 4th down, you still got to go for it. Golden West is going to send a couple more defensive guys to the next level after this season.
Yeah, I think so. I really like the way the corners play. I love the receivers. Rashawn Haylock, I tell you what, you've got some very talented receivers on this team from Golden West College.
Looking over the middle, they've got nothing. Dak deep. Intercepted. Austin Kramer thought he had one. And he, by his own teammate, picked off Brandon Maradian.
Mitchell's pass intercepted by number 36.
Is picked. Maradian picked off an interception from his own teammate. As either way, that pass is not going to be completed. And that's going to, Mark, that's going to be about doing it. 4:23 remaining in the game, 24-7. Your first time you score, you took a 7-0 lead, and it's been Golden West ever since. That bell is going to be rung, ringed by the Rustlers.
Well, and it was done because you forced a team not to play the offense that makes them win games. I'm going to make you throw when you should be running.
And that was the game plan Nick Mitchell told us before the ball game. This is what we want to make them do, and they made him do it. Out of the gun, handoff up the middle.
But if you just casually hand it off up the middle, you're not going to get a first down, and they're going to get the ball back. And I'm not sure why you see this on every level of football, but you know, if you get a first down, you can burn up the whole clock.
Yes, you can.
Well,
one first down in the game, 2 first down, well, that'll definitely end the game.
And here's my thing that I don't have a problem with it. It would be different if it was a close game. You're up by 17. If you throw a pass 60 yards and they pick it on you.
Well, I'm not saying throw a 60-yard pass. I'm saying get a first down.
And Dante Swain is saying, okay, I feel you, Mr. Ford. Let's pick up 7 here, make it 6 here.
I throw that 60-yard pass. I don't worry about the pick.
Because in a close game, you need to practice that for the close game so you can do it. And too many teams in close games still do they're not aggressive and try to get a first down. I mean, look at the NFL. Every game, 2 minutes left, they let the other team get the ball back. And
yeah. I look at San Mateo last year. I go back and say it. Fullerton they earned that championship. But they really would have earned that championship if San Mateo had gone for it on 4th and 2, the way they've been running that ball all game, and they kick it away to the most dangerous man in California last year. Hey, what you gonna do?
Hey, that's when you outsmart yourself. You know? Oh, well, and it goes back to what you said, Ed. You're going to outsmart yourself. Oh, we've been winning by throwing the ball all day long. Okay, now we've got 3 minutes to go. We need to win. Let's run, because that's the smart thing to do. Well, that's not the smart thing for your team to do. We all should know that coming to a football game, you wear black pants in the rain. Not all of us do that, okay? Some of us wear their snow white pants and, get them. But, I mean, that's their style.
That's right.
You just let them go that way.
If you want to go with that Pat Boone look with the white belt, then that's what you do.
It works for some people. Then again, adds on another 20 pounds with white pants.
Kobe Clayton being helped off the field. And let's hope the young man is okay. It looks like he can't put much pressure on that left leg. Going off slowly. So that offensive line for Golden West, we'll give it to him in this game. They played well.
They played excellent football tonight. Ed, where do you head next week? Because we're guest announcers this week on SportsNetUSA.net.
Next week, it will be back home to Golden West College, Rustler Field, and they will be taking on the dangerous Riverside City College Tigers.
Wow. Good luck.
If they can keep that ground game in control and contained, they got a chance to win, but that's
going to be a tough one.
Yeah, it is. Especially the depleted squad they have.
Sean Haylock, Ryan Osborne on that call.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Wish Fullerton had a stadium. Here's Kalbacher, another wide snap. He has to eat this one, and he goes down at a loss of 2, so they will have to punt it away. 2 timeouts remaining for the Pirates. Under 3 minutes to play in the game. Rustlers with a 17-point lead.
Cheerleaders doing the torpedo down the end of the field here. Yeah, some of us know cheerleader moves.
Laurent back deep. Fisher to kick it away. Orange Coast calls a timeout with 2:39. They say 2:41 when they call for timeout. 1 timeout remaining.
And next week on SportsNetUSA.net, we already told you, Golden West, the Rustlers, will be hosting RCC, the Tigers. That game will start at 1 o'clock here on SportsNetUSA.net. We also have another game on SportsNetUSA.net, LA Valley football. The Monarchs will be hosting Compton at Monarch Stadium. That game should start at 6 o'clock. Aaron Rosenberg calling the play-by-play action. And you guys are the bye week, or is it?
That's our bye week.
We are bye-bye.
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 So that means you might be doing Golden West Rustler football next week. Who knows?
If we get that call, we'll be
That's
there.
right.
Be there.
If somebody decides between loyalty and cash, it could happen again.
Hey, that's what a professional is.
Wait a minute. What did we decide, loyalty or cash?
We decide broke. But we look good doing it.
Yeah, we do.
Low snap, Fisher booms this one. Laurent calls for a fair catch. And hit by Raines.
And that should have been called. There was no need to do that.
Raines had a brain freeze.
Well, I think Nick Mitchell might say, give me the big version of Rashawn Haylock and the old version of Ryan Osborne. They brought me good luck. We'd be like, those little dolls that you get where you take them apart. What are they called?
Dolls.
Dolls.
Mr. Potato Heads. Mrs.
When
Potato
I
Heads.
when I was little, those were G.I. Joes. Mom, his arm, I don't know how it came off.
Legos.
Mr. Potato.
I think you put him together.
Oh, okay, I'm
I
sorry.
don't know what Corey was doing to him. I understand Ed ripping G.I. Joe's arm off and saying, look at, I'm a tough guy. But
Saltwater taffy.
I'm not even asking about that doll.
You broke. That's all you got to play with. And a stick.
Well, you're
2:34.
if you're where I live, you just play with the rocks.
Oh.
Pete Mitchell, shotgun handoff straight up the middle. And you call a timeout, Mark, and you run the ball.
And at this stage of the game, I mean, you have one victory if you're Orange Coast College. You sit there and just air it out. I mean, just, play a little sandlot football right about now.
He's had some fun in the last 2 minutes.
Absolutely.
Purnell, Clark, and now into the ball game in the slot. And Mitchell is running. He gets to the sideline and goes out of bounds at the first down marker. Troy Conway is in the game trying to do a deep post across the middle of the seam to seam. Nothing happening.
And you know, if you throw a pick like, you know, Emmett Pavlovich would say, oh, please. Wouldn't just matter. That's all there is to it. Having fun.
So the Golden West Rustlers swarming on defense the whole game. Going to pick up a victory and move to 3-3 on the season. Orange Coast is going to drop to 1-5. Another handoff up the middle. Going to run out the clock. They're going to say the bell, we're going to give it up. Come back next year. That's going to be a first down. 1:46, the clock stops.
But it's a conference win.
Yes, that's what's important.
You know, it's a conference win. Let's be realistic. If you win your conference, you get to go and play with the big kids.
Yeah, because Fullerton's, they're not getting there.
They're not going
banned
anyplace
this year.
Yeah, they're not going anyplace. So that conference winner goes out. The number 2 person in that conference may be considered. Maybe. Now, if they classify him as conference winner, that's a different thing.
That's why if Palomar, and there's a fumble pitch, if Palomar beats Mount Sac tonight.
Wow. Wow, would that be interesting if Sac loses to Palomar? That just opens up that conference.
It really does.
That would just be crazy. And if you're Southwestern, even though you're losing tonight, you're still in the hunt of things with it. And Golden West College, yeah, that would just be great for community college football.
Yeah, but that's in their conference. If Mount Sac loses to Palomar, that's in the Central Division. This is the Southern Division. So this is where Riverside is. It's going to be interesting. Riverside, Golden West, Southwestern losing to Saddleback right now. 52 seconds to play. 17-point lead for the Rustlers. Kakulitis, heck of a game.
Hey, do me a favor. When you're walking on the
Malu, heck of a game.
Plants in the back, when you slip, scream real loud, will you?
Gotta get Gabby. Mitchell drops back. No one to go to. Breaks the tackle and gets to the 25 on a nice shake and bake move and brought down with 42 seconds. Time is stopped with the first down.
You know what you like about Mitchell? Didn't run out of bounds. Picked up those additional 2 yards for Orange Coast College and showed you his worth as a football player.
Clock winding down. There's a screen pass to Serafino. Trying to get to the end zone. He's bullied out of bounds. And there's going to be a late flag, a hit out of bounds by Golden West. J.J. Barajas touched Serafino while he was well out of bounds. That's going to bring him closer. Half the distance to the goal, bring him to the 4-yard line. 28.5 seconds remaining in this one. The crowd is emptying out.
After the play, personal foul, offense number 52.
They say offense. Okay, so he was pushed into the offense.
Still results in a 1st and 10 for Orange Coast.
Wow, after the play is Orange Coast. So there was a reason why Barajas touched Serafino out of bounds. He was pushed into him after the play. Pirates making it difficult on themselves. 3-step drop, looking for someone, and spins out of trouble. Near side and almost intercepted. Micah Sianka. Let's get that interception. That would have been his first of the season. 19.3. So remember, after this game, they don't shake hands. Golden West, they get a chance to run straight for the bell. You know, If Fullerton had a rivalry and a bell, we could sell that for a stadium.
A what?
Here's Mitchell looking for the end zone, and he takes off running. This is going to be the final play of the game if he does not get out of it. There's going to be one more. With 9.7 seconds to play, he gets the first down. Remember, the clock starts when they set the chain, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 9. There's going to be a timeout.
Timeout. Orange Coast. Final of the half.
So they use their final timeout with 9.7 seconds to play in the game. Down by 17. All Rustlers from the second quarter on. Been a joy to broadcast this battle for the bell contest. You know, nice doubleheader
Yeah, it was.
for us.
A little more exciting game than we saw today earlier on
today was-
SportsNetUSA.net.
It was not the most well-played game between Cerritos and Fullerton. Fullerton got the victory, but it just looked a little bit off this afternoon. Ryan Osborne will talk to the Fullerton College folks for the coaches show this week on SportsNetUSA.net. I want to thank everybody here at Orange Coast College for being very, very, very gracious, as always. Jason Keeler and his staff. Thanks for the pizza. Thanks for the hospitality. Thanks for the drinks. Thanks for a good time. Mitchell in the shotgun with 9 seconds. Fade route in the end zone. Incomplete. 5.3 left. Orange Coast doing their best to try to get in the end zone to cut this deficit. Try to go home with a 10-point loss instead of a 17-point loss. Second down from the 9-yard line.
Field goal.
Tony Altabelli as well, want to thank them. And it's up, and that is good from 25 yards away. Max Casper makes this a 24-10 game with 1.9 seconds to play.
1.9 seconds remaining. The score, Golden West College 24, Orange Coast College 10.
Well, for Ryan Osborne, who ain't here, Rashawn Haylock, who's not here, want to thank them for letting us sub today.
For Ed Ford, who asked us to come on down here, we want to thank him for letting us play with him today here on SportsNetUSA.net.
Our producer, our
Cheese.
our producer,
The cheese.
the head cheese, the head guy, the guy who runs everything, the engineer, the captain of the ship. 24-10 is your score, will be your final. This is not going to be like the ordinary Golden West post games.
Yeah, I don't have that much breath anyway.
I think
Yeah, we'll get home before Monday.
Miller Toyota, we always want to thank. Thank them for supporting athletics and education. And there's a return. Trying to run it back. And it's been a weird ending for Chris Figueredo. And Golden West has the bell. Actually, they are going to shake hands before they run to the bell, and they take a 28-21-2 lead in this contest. So, for Ed Ford, Mark Pavlovich, I'm Corey Neyland. Once again, Golden West 24, OCC 10. You've been listening and watching Rustler football on SportsNetUSA.net.